to my video.
So, hi guys. Yeah. So, this is my first video, and this channel is just gonna be about random, some stories of mine, some experiences that I've dealt with, and some dreams. Now today, we're gonna talk about my weird dreams. Have you ever wondered why are dreams so weird? I've wondered that too. So I'm not really an animator, so most of my videos will probably be me playing video games while telling stories. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm a little bit awkward. Anyways, let's get right into it. One of my favorite but weird dreams I had was probably the dream that I had last night. I was walking around a building when I saw some weird alien bug thing. When I looked at it, it attached to my back. There was this rule in the dream where if it was attached to you, you had to ignore it, otherwise it would eat you alive. So basically in my dream, I was walking around with some weird alien thing attached to my back trying to ignore it. I turned to some weird hallway and there was this weird angel lady thing who was a floating head and had white hair. She told me that she was an angel, but I didn't really believe her. When I told her that I didn't believe her, she got really angry and teleported me into this weird room full of this alien empire. It looked like the same alien that was attached to my back, but more humanoid. I kind of just stood around them as they were speaking in this odd language. I saw other humans being eaten alive by some aliens, and that's when I woke up. This morning, when I experienced that dream, I was kind of a little bit weirded out, but honestly, I think it was a dream interpretation of my anxiety because I have severe anxiety, and even making this video and recording my voice, I'm having an anxiety attack right now. Anyways, I had a nightmare when I was about 5 years old that was really scary back then, but now that I think about it, it doesn't really bother me anymore. I woke up from my bed and decided to go to the bathroom, but when I got in there, I saw my mom just standing there. Like she was facing the wall or something. Then she turned into a weird witch. Then she turned the water in the bathtub into a snake. It doesn't really sound scary now, but it was one of the worst childhood nightmares that I've ever had. My mom, who turned into a witch, started chasing me through the house, and that's when I woke up and started crying. My mom saw me in my room crying, and of course I slept in her bed that night. I also had another nightmare when I was little about Demon Elmo. You see, I really loved Elmo as a kid. In fact, Elmo was my first fictional crush. Basically, it was all dark in the dream and I saw Elmo with black eyes and a bloody mouth. This drawing is probably my best interpretation of it. I don't really remember the nightmare that much, but it was really weird. I know I'm saying every dream is weird, but every single dream that I've ever had is probably weird, okay? I don't know how to talk normal without reading the script. Oh my god. Maybe I shouldn't even do that. Okay, I'm done. In 5th grade, I had a dream about this beach where it was pretty dark but extremely beautiful. There were 4 statues, 3 angels and 1 man holding a kite. If you took the kite from his hands, the world would end. And what do you know? One of my classmates, named Gavin, took the kite from the statue's hands, and when I looked up at the sky, the world was cracking open. Literally. Everything turned to nothingness. It was just white, blank, and nothing. Sounds depressing.
Just like my soul.
Other than some scary and depressing dreams, I've had peaceful dreams. I was in an endless field with a river flowing full of fish. I sat down with my feet in the water and some rhinos nearby were drinking the water and eating the fish. I've also had another peaceful dream where I was just wandering around in the desert, gently touching the sand. Of course, some people in my dreams told me to wake up, such as Michael Jackson and Morpheus from The Sandman. So those were really strange because, considering since I really love the two of them telling me that I'll wake up in 3, 2, 1 and then I wake up, it's just really strange. By the way, speaking of Michael Jackson, we're gonna talk about some other celebrity dreams I've had. You see, I'm a distant cousin of Princess Diana. Not to brag or anything, but I've had a dream about her too. So basically, the royal family was going to visit America, and a bunch of people were in this building waiting. Then everyone looked up and there was this mirror, and then they saw Princess Diana's spirit in there. Diana looked at me and I looked at her, and she said,
HH, is that you?
and then basically we just had a casual conversation. But in the dream, it seemed weird because she seemed a little confused that she was dead. She kept asking, am I dead? How did I die? Why am I dead? Blah blah blah, etc. I answered all of her questions peacefully, and she looked at me, and then she went back into the mirror, and then I woke up from that dream. Pretty cool experience, if I say so myself. And of course, we can't forget about the dreams that I've had of fictional characters, now could we? A couple years ago, I was in my bedroom, then Chewbacca showed up. For some reason, he and I were just casual about it, and we just kept talking. For some reason, I could understand what he was saying in my dream. He just kept going and whatnot. You know, if you've watched Star Wars, you would know about that. Of course, I can't forget about the dream that I had about my baby Elle from Death Note. Oh my god. It was one of those dreams as if I were in the show. So basically, in that dream, I was helping around with Elle catch Kira, and yeah, it was kind of fun, low key. Do you ever have those weird dreams where it predicts something in the real time in the future? I had a dream where I was at this party and there was this lady, a middle-aged woman with brown hair and a ponytail, who had this orange scarf and a green sweater. The next day when I went to school, I kid you not, I saw that exact same lady walk around. It's kind of weird how our brain kind of predicts things sometimes. I just kind of find it unusual. And we can't forget my favorite nightmare of all time. A couple years ago, I had this dream where I was in a mall with my family and they wanted to get a cupcake. But I said, no, I prefer muffins. But then everyone in that mall slowly turned their head towards me. And then they all started running towards me and they all started screaming at me, crowding me. And then my family was like, you should be ashamed of yourself. You're not supposed to like muffins. Blah, blah, blah. It was one of those dreams where everyone turned against you, and I think that was a dream interpretation of my fear for everyone turning against me and hating me, and my reputation sucks. Oh my god, I have such horrible dreams. This is about the end of the video. This is kind of a test video of what I'm basically gonna do. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm sorry for being awkward. This is one of my first videos where I just talk without stopping. Anyways, thank you for everything. I hope everyone enjoys my videos. I don't know if I'll get a bunch of subscribers or not, but thanks. Bye.